Is my husband a narcissist? Does your husband exhibit narcissistic behavior traits, and are you wondering, is my husband a narcissist? Then it is good that you ring the bell. Living with a narcissistic man is not easy. Unfortunately, it is becoming more and more common. Did you know that 7.7% of men exhibit narcissistic behavior? Moreover, we see this percentage increasing every year. Narcissistic behavior in men is especially common in the age group 20 to 29 years, namely, in 9.4%. I know from my own experience that you cannot change a narcissist. It is therefore good to gain knowledge about narcissism to protect yourself against a narcissist. After all, knowledge is power. By watching this video, you are taking the first step in the right direction. What do we mean by narcissism? In order to determine whether your husband is a narcissist, it is necessary to know what narcissism is. Narcissism is a form of behavior characterized by an obsession with one's own appearance and personality. A lack of empathy is also an important characteristic of narcissism. A narcissist is often completely self-obsessed, selfish, and shows dominant behavior. A person who exhibits narcissistic behavior is called a narcissist. Narcissism occurs in both men and women. Both children and adults can be a narcissist. How do I recognize narcissistic behavior? In general, narcissists exhibit a number of similar behavioral traits. You can recognize a narcissist by the following behavioral traits: high degree of jealousy, fear of losing control, manipulates others for their own gain, lies to others for personal gain, feels superior to others, suffers from severe mood swings, has no self-insight, can do nothing wrong in his own eyes. Does your husband display one or more behavioral characteristics? Then there is narcissistic behavior, and your husband is a narcissist. Watch also the video, What is a Narcissist? Help, my husband is a narcissist. Now that you've exposed your husband as a narcissist, it's wise to take immediate action to rid yourself of narcissism. Don't wait for this. From my own experience, I know that the narcissistic behavior of others can turn your life upside down as long as you don't take action. Consequences of a relationship with a narcissist. The consequences of a relationship with a narcissist can be very frightening. There is therefore no other solution than to leave a narcissist. You cannot change the behavior of a narcissist. This is because a narcissist lives in their own reality and does everything they can to maintain this reality. The consequences of narcissistic abuse can include, you often feel exhausted. There is a lot of insecurity in your life that makes it difficult to relax. You no longer know who you really are and what you stand for. It seems as if the narcissist has erased your personality and you only know yourself the way the narcissist knows you. Your relationship is unpredictable. For a moment, the relationship seems to be going well. Your partner is cheerful and the mood is pleasant, but suddenly his mood changes. Does this sound familiar? This pattern keeps repeating itself continuously because a narcissist suffers from mood swings. You suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. You are continuously aware of your behavior and your environment. Almost like being in a war zone. One wrong move. Living with a narcissist feels the same, and that's why your brain reacts so anxiously to this. You can no longer sleep well, because your body remains constantly alert. It's always your fault. Never the narcissist's. There is no point in discussing this, it will only make the situation worse. You therefore prefer to avoid such a situation. You neglect family and friends. Just the one you really love so much. You neglect the things you've always cared about, such as exercising, playing music, or your appearance. You no longer have self-confidence. All the confidence you had is gone. You mistrust others. Soon you have the idea that others have bad intentions, when this is not the case. You think you can't live without your narcissistic husband. And the worst part is that you can't live without the narcissist. At least you think so. Despite all the drawbacks, you continue to crave love and recognition. You also keep hoping that the narcissist will change, but unfortunately, the patterns keep repeating. Don't be ashamed of wanting love and recognition. We all do this. In this case, you have to recognize that you are looking for love and recognition from the wrong person. My boyfriend is a narcissist. Do you have a narcissistic boyfriend and are you not married yet? Or are you talking about a friendship here? Then you can speak of luck in a sense. It is of course annoying that you too are a victim of narcissistic behavior, but it is easier to cut off contact when you are not married. Make sure you don't become more dependent on your friend. This will prevent your narcissistic friend from gaining more power. Try to become more independent. How? For example, by doing activities with friends and family without the presence of the narcissist. Do the things you enjoy doing that give you confidence. That way you will quickly regain your strength. You want to make sure that the narcissist disappears from your life as quickly as possible and you don't get further involved in the relationship. When you become more independent, you soon notice that the narcissist is increasingly seeking attention from others. A narcissist is always looking for attention. If the narcissist does not get this from you, the narcissist will look for it elsewhere. Don't be afraid of this. Recovering from narcissistic relationship. It's time to recover from all the narcissistic acts that have been done to you. Only then can you stand in your own strength again and enjoy life again. To recover from this narcissistic abuse, we set up the 30-day narcissism-free challenge. Unfortunately, I too have been a victim of narcissistic abuse. In collaboration with other fellow sufferers and therapists, we have developed this recovery program to be able to recover from narcissistic abuse very effectively. Do you recognize yourself in one of the following questions? Have you lost faith in others for fear of reconnecting with a narcissist? Does it hurt you a lot that others don't understand you properly and that you don't receive the recognition you deserve? Do you have little to no self-confidence and do you not feel good enough? Then join my recovery program and put an end to this for good. 30-day narcissism-free challenge. In the 30-day narcissism-free challenge recovery program, you will discover, better protect yourself against narcissistic abuse. How to deal with guilt and anger. Deal with misunderstanding of the outside world. How to avoid becoming a victim of narcissistic abuse again. Learn to find your true self again and stand in your own power again. How to trust others again without fear of reconnecting with a narcissist. To get out of victimhood. How to get your self-confidence back. And most important of all, how to enjoy life again. Reactions after following the recovery program. We have received many positive reactions from many participants about the 30-day narcissism-free challenge. I share a few comments with you. I now live my life the way it suits me and the way I want it. Denny. It has done me a lot of good. Merligenstrat. Contact with fellow sufferers means a lot to me. Manya. I can only compliment you on the program. Natasha. Private Facebook group with fellow participants. When you sign up for the 30-day narcissism-free challenge, you also get access to a private Facebook group with fellow participants. These fellow participants have also been victims of narcissistic abuse. By sharing our experiences and knowledge, we can help each other. Free ebook, 10 Tips for Recovery from Narcissistic Abuse. Want more information about recovery from narcissistic abuse? Then download our free ebook. In this ebook, you will find 10 valuable tips for recovery from narcissistic abuse. Herman, the founder of this YouTube channel and the website, wrote this book together with a psychologist. We are proud to say that this book has already helped many victims of narcissistic abuse. We hope this book helps you too. Are you ready to fully enjoy life again and leave the narcissistic abuse behind you forever? Then sign up for the 30-day narcissism-free challenge and get all the tools and help you need to enjoy life to the fullest again. A link to more information can be found in the description of this video and in the pinned comment below. Visit also our website for more information about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. On the website, you can also download the free ebook with 10 tips for recovery after narcissistic abuse. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos. Thanks for watching, and I see you in our next video.